Not been undertaken before. So Tristan Paulino is here with the University of Guam, representing a research initiative on gout in our island community. So Tristan, happy holidays to you and your family, and welcome to the show.
Happy holidays, everyone, and thank you so much for having me.
All right, absolutely. So, we were kind of talking at the top of the show maybe about a couple hours ago, and we're like, gout is one of those things. Chris was actually calling it maybe like the silent pandemic, but it's almost to the level where like if you grow up on Guam, everybody knows like somebody with gout, and that's a very, very unfortunate thing. For people who may not know kind of the specifics and what is gout and how much does it permeate our island community?
Yeah. Just before I get into that detail, just a little bit more information about the study. The study is kind of headed by Dr. Ben Camacho of the biology program at UOG, and also Dr. Yvette from the health sciences school. And this study is in collaboration with another university in New Zealand, the University of Otago. But getting into the nitty-gritty of gout, it's basically your body response to crystals that kind of form from excess uric acid. So uric acid is basically one of the components in your body, and the level, you don't want to have high uric acid, you don't want to have low. So in the event you have high uric acid, which could be influenced by your diet, on what you eat, by your lifestyle, having that excess and that high threshold of uric acid, you have these crystals on your joints. And once these crystals start to form, your body responds, and it has an alarm system, basically called the immune system. And the immune system says, "Whoa, hold up, I can detect these crystals." And how your body responds is by inflammation and pain, and that's what we know as gout. So the flares are because of your body responding to these crystals that are in your joints, and it's due to having high uric acid levels. And so the factors that influence that uric acid level could be exercise, lifestyle, diet, right? Another thing that hasn't really been looked at until recently is the genetics component. Are there factors outside of our diet and our exercise and our lifestyle that could contribute to getting gout? And so it's not until recently, like late 2010s up to now, where this research really got underway. And so what we want to do at the university is look at that genetic aspect within our population, because Pacific Islanders, and especially among Micronesians, we don't really have that information available to us. Even with trying to see how many people on island or how many people in Micronesia has gout, we don't even have that kind of information available.
So to determine basically like a strength of a correlation to determine if like there is like a hereditary nature to gout, because like my father had gout, but then my dad got it like fairly later in life when he started having like health problems and everything like that. So I've even considered, I was like, man, could that be something I need to keep in the back of my mind, or is it like an isolated case? So yeah, like I'm very excited to see where you guys go with this, because again, I mean, this is something I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often.
Yeah, and so I know that you're looking for participants, and it says here participants will be compensated, and we actually did get a couple comments about that. Can we discuss the compensation?
Yes, so the compensation involves a $20 gift certificate. So you have two options. One is going to be a PLS gift certificate, and the other one is going to be Ross $20 gift card or gift certificate. I don't remember on the top of my head. So I know that has been a lot of our participants have been opting for the Ross option, but we should have enough in stock for our next round of participants. So I don't expect this running out of Ross. But I know a lot of people they keep asking about the Ross.
So just tell us if people are listening and they're interested, what does it entail? Like, what do they have to do? How long does it take?
Yeah, so if you would like to participate, you will have to just contact our number at 671-707-0492, or you could email gout.research@triton.eog.edu. So we also have a flyer that will be circulating, so you can do that. And when you call, you need to set up an appointment. And basically, the person who will be talking to you will walk you through the whole entire process. And what that is going to start with a interview. So it's going to be like a survey. You just answer a couple questions. What is some of your medical history with gout? What's your age, your sex, your ethnicity, as well as some body measurements. So we'll be taking your weight, we'll be taking your height, your waist, all those anthropometric measurements. And then the last will be a blood draw. And with the blood draw, we'll be able to measure some of your A1C levels, your uric acid levels. We do like a lipid profile. So it's kind of like a blood test that you use for your annual medical appointment.
Now, Tristan, there is a ethnic, let's call it a constraint on this and everything like that, because you're preferring people that are of specifically Micronesian or Filipino descent, correct?
Yes. So our eligibility is geared towards mainly Chamorro, Filipino, and our other Micronesian brothers and sisters of the FAS community. So those are the three main groups that we're looking into. And we only designed it that way just because it is a genetic study, and it's specifically geared towards our population here in hopefully from Micronesia. So that's kind of why we're just keeping with those.
Well, if you need to study anyone as, let's say, someone who's lived a life where you look at them and you think, well, they definitely should have gout, but they don't, give me a holler.
Yeah,
I don't know what I did, but somehow I made it through 47 years without getting gout. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got diabetes, but didn't get gout.
Yeah, well, I guess that's worth mentioning, Tristan, because since Chris brought up diabetes, we did a week-long series a couple weeks ago on diabetes, and they always say that because it's a lifestyle-oriented disease, in some cases it is reversible. If people are diagnosed with gout and everything like that, is that something that people can not only get under control but kind of like eliminate, or is this something that you have to kind of like monitor through the rest of your life?
So one of the issues with answering that question is we're still trying to understand the mechanism of gout. So we can understand some of the genetic stuff, and being hyperuricemic can cause gout. But not all people who are hyperuricemic, so people who have high uric acid level, will get gout. And that is the problem that we have yet to see. Okay, so if you have high uric acid level, how come there are some that don't get gout, and then there are some that do? So that part we really don't understand at this moment. So it's really hard to say, whether it is permanent to have. Though what I can say is that the most pertinent issue is just managing the gout flares, right? So that's where a lot of the studies are happening. So what is the appropriate medication for gout flares? At what consistency? Are there any issues with how different medications affect different communities or different ethnicities? So that's kind of the stuff that is still being studied right now.
Right. Well, that's great to hear, Tristan, and we definitely appreciate your time this morning. Let us know, though, if you need any more people with gout. We can get you on next week to put the call out again, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course, and Chris, this is one of several studies going on at UOG because now they're undertaking a gout research. We, of course, know that they're also studying COVID's effect on Pacific peoples and of beetle nut.
And they did the beetle nut. You're right. Yep. Okay. Next, they should do a study on Jaff Jaff. Anything? You guys working on anything with Jaff Jaff?
No Jaff Jaff.
All right.
Maybe next semester.
You heard it here first. Thank you, Tristan. Okay.
We do have a breaking story. This is from the Guam Fire Department. The spokesperson, Cherika Chargaloff, 911, called reporting a possible drowning victim at Matapang Beach in Tumon. It was reported at 8:12 this morning. Units were on scene at 8:18. They confirmed it was a male adult, pulseless and breathless. Again, this is a development.